They slipped by Purdue in the closing seconds. They got a gift of a missed field goal against Pitt. They were outgained by Michigan, but Denard Robinson at quarterback threw them 4 interceptions. And, of course, that questionable call against Stanford. Say what you will, 12-0 speaks for itself. Maybe Notre Dame is not one of the 2 best teams in the country. Maybe they don't necessarily deserve it based on style points, but Notre Dame has earned a trip to the BCS National Championship game. Mark Rogers TV just seconds after Notre Dame closed out USC 22-13 at the Coliseum. And it was really that goal line stand with about 2.5 minutes to play that really was a microcosm of the Notre Dame season. It was the front 7 on defense that has led this team since the opener against Navy. Led them to national prominence, led them to the brink of a national championship. USC still with a chance to win, down 9 with under 4 minutes to play. Could have punched it into the end zone, possibly gotten the ball back with a 3-and-out, and had a chance to win the game and pull off the upset against Notre Dame. But Notre Dame just stuffed Silas Redd at the goal line, stuffed 2 quarterback sneaks. Now, Marquise Lee was throwing the ball twice on fade patterns to the left corner, and Notre Dame interfered with him twice, but of course that ball right at the goal line barely moved an inch, so USC just got multiple opportunities. Of course, Notre Dame did not make the play that mattered on 4th down because Max Wittek just rolled out and had the fullback in the flat, in the open for a touchdown, but short-armed it and threw it a little bit low, and the fullback could not come up with the pass in the end zone. So Notre Dame holds off USC 22-13. What really stood out to us was the play of Theo Riddick. This guy entered the season as kind of a Percy Harvin type player for Notre Dame. They line him up in the slot, they line him up wide, they line him up in the backfield and let him carry the ball. He shared the workload from the backfield early in the season with Sierra Wood and George Atkinson. Those other 2 players still get carries, but Riddick has definitely distanced himself and separated himself as the best back for Notre Dame. He's a special player. He's a little guy, but he's extremely tough. He breaks tackles. He is tough to bring down, and he usually delivers the blow. 20 carries for Riddick. For $146, he caught passes for another 33 yards, and he is lightning quick. His signature play in this game was one in which he delivered a drive deep into USC territory in which 2 USC defenders penetrated the backfield, had him in their sights, and he just did a quick spin move and hit the hole and took off for about 25 yards. Everett Golson, the Notre Dame sophomore quarterback, he has been exceptional in developing as a better quarterback each and every week. Brian Kelly now trusts him to make the throws, to make the plays, has laid the offense in his hands where early on he was more of a game manager. This is still a run-oriented team, but Golson very much trusted at this point. 15 of 26, 217, no touchdowns, but most importantly for this offense, no interceptions. Did not turn the ball over. So Notre Dame wins it over USC. The Notre Dame defense dominant in the front 7. Not as dominant against USC as they have been against other rush offenses. Silas Redd did break free for 77 yards on 13 carries, 6.5 yards per carry. So SC did run the ball a little bit, but the most important thing this Notre Dame defense did on this night was they held in check the 2 great wide receivers, Robert Woods and Marquise Lee. Lee, 5 for 75. And Woods caught 7 passes for 92 yards and 1 touchdown. So just about 12 to 13 yards per reception for the 2 speedsters from SC. So Notre Dame wins that battle in the secondary. Although Lee could have made a good play and gotten SC on the board with a quick touchdown the first drive of the game, because Wittek lofted a perfect throw to the post. And Lee had beaten both defenders, beat the safety as well, looked over his wrong shoulder, and the ball was actually perfectly placed for Marquise Lee to catch a touchdown and put SC up 7-3. But that was way back in the first quarter, and there were certainly other plays to be made later in the game. Max Wittek played reasonably well, considerably well, basically taking into consideration that he's just a freshman and this was his first start and first meaningful passes against possibly the best defense in the country. Whittick did throw 2 costly interceptions, and one of those was to Manti Te'o, who picked off his 7th interception of the season in staking his claim for the Heisman Trophy. Notre Dame wraps up a spot in the BCS National Championship game, probably against the winner of Alabama and Georgia. So let's hear it from you about the Irish and Notre Dame's march on to a national championship game at a perfect, albeit inside each ball game, less than perfect performance, but perfect record at 12-0. Let's hear about Notre Dame from you on Mark Rogers TV.